Ready or not, human, I, the great papyrus, am seeking you. Wowee! Are you fast? But no fear, I will not be deterred by your speed. I am simply drawing up the chase to wear you out.
What?
You can't hide forever. Why is there so much greenery? Wowee, this game is a lot harder than it sounds. I'm not even sure where to seek. Maybe Frisk did not even come this direction. What if she has gone off somewhere and I can't find her? What if she got lost? Lady Toriel is going to kill me. This is terrible.
Hey, kid. Dang. That was rattling.
Aha! There you are, Frisk. You had me so worried. I have found you both. And I did not even know you were playing, brother.
I wasn't. But, to be honest, it was pretty humorous the way the kid jumped out of their skin. Right, Pap?
Please, Sans, no puns. It's too late in the day for it.
Alright. But seriously.
You? Serious?
Tori sent me to come and get you guys. The meeting's about to start.
Oh. You mean with the human from the city?
Yeah, bro. They're waiting for us, actually.
Then I guess we should join them.
It'd be a good idea. You're really something, kid. Sure gets dark awful fast up here.
I do not understand why the human from the city always comes at night. Wouldn't it be better during the day?
We could ask. Maybe he can shed some light on the subject.
Sans!
Well, there it is. Home sweet home. Hopefully we won't be out here for much longer.
I have faith that the human from the city will find a way for us to finally move out of these woods.
Of course he will. And maybe I'll finally pay my tab at Grillby's.
Brother, you are not being positive.
Papyrus, we've been stuck out here for 2 weeks. The humans don't want us. Ever since they realized we were here, they've been sending their representatives, and we're still no closer to being let into the city than we were before. They're afraid of us. Or hate us, take your pick.
Sans, we cannot lose hope.
Who says I ever had it to begin with? Oh, shoot. Kid, listen, I'm sorry. I'm not always the most cheery of guys, okay? So don't pay any attention to what I say. Remember, I don't have the determination you have. Or my brother's positivity. Truth is, I'm scared.
That is okay, brother. There is nothing wrong with being frightened. For I, the great Papyrus, have enough positivity for the both of us.
Now that I know is true. It'll be okay. We're going to make it through this one, Frisk. Alright, let's get down there, kiddo.
But, Mr. Tutsu, I do not understand.
Why can we not be allowed back into the city? Have we done something wrong?
Not particularly. Look, Your Majesty, people in Ebot City just aren't ready for your kind yet. And frankly, I doubt they ever will be.
So it's just prejudice, huh? Well, let me tell you something, punk. Your kind aren't the only ones who've been trapped inside a stinking mountain for 300 years. You owe us.
Be that as it may or not, the decision has been made. Ebot's council is not to be questioned. You're lucky we even let you live out here. I was sent to give you a deal. You could either reside here and stay out of the city, or go back where you came from. There is no other offer.
But that is not fair.
Life is hardly ever fair.
You know what, bud? There's a lot of perfectly nice people in the world, and you ain't one of them. And that's not really a good way to hit it off with me.
Really? Perhaps you will tell me why I should worry about your impression of me.
Trust me, you don't want to know.
And you are?
Sans. Sans the skeleton.
I see. Well, then let me inform you that I do what is necessary for the safety of my people, just as you would with yours. My being a nice person is irrelevant.
Yeah, I figured as much.
Indeed. Ah, I see you have the child with you. Good. That brings up another issue I was sent to discuss. The council discussed the child at great length as to what should become of her. It has been decided that she will return with me to Ebot City and then be dealt with there.
Yeah?
But
What? You can't do that!
But I can. This order gives me direction to bring the child to an orphanage. She has no living relatives. Those at the orphanage will take care of her. This gives me full authority to carry out the council's orders.
But we can care for her. We are her family.
Impossible. She belonged with her own kind.
There you go again. Kind this and kind that. We're not going to hurt her, you freak. We care for that little squirrel. What do you think we are?
Monsters. We've wasted enough time. Come, Mrs. Bigby is waiting at the orphanage. It's really for the best. You can't stay out here in the woods. Not with them. It just isn't
Now, that really wasn't nice. I've got a little deal for you too. You go on back to your precious city without making a fuss, and I won't give you a bad time. Tell your council that we'll stay in this forest if that's what it takes to be free, but they can't have Frisk.
Mercy!
Got it?
understood.
Good call.
Very well. That's how it's gonna be. I have delivered my message, and it is no matter to me what decision you monsters make. You haven't heard the end of this. I'll be back to tell you of the council's conclusion regarding you and your people, and I doubt that you will be pleased with their answer. I bid you a good night.
Well, that went well.
Sans you... What? I mean, what is it, Pat?
Well, I suppose I, the great Papyrus, should go and get the human child something to eat. I'll go get Frisk some dinner.
That's a good idea, bro.
Come along, human. Our friend Alphys has probably got something warm cooking over the fire just for you.
Huh?
It's alright, kiddo. I'll come join you guys in a minute. In a minute. Undyne, wait,
Are you insane? Are you trying to start another war?
What was I supposed to do, Undyne? Let him take the kid?
No.
Please, do not fight between yourselves, for if we do not stand together, then we will surely fall. The strain of this situation is starting to get to each one of us. Things may not be as bleak as they appear, and no one is questioning the reasons behind your actions, Sans. But I am afraid Undyne is right in that the humans will not be pleased with our lack of cooperation.
Then let them be. I will not lose another child, Asgore.
Of course not. All I am saying is that this could turn out very badly.
Don't be so sure. Like Pap's been telling me, we just gotta have some hope. There's a lot more of that going around than when we were trapped underground.
I don't see why we have to stand for this. We have the right to be here. We have the right to live wherever we damn well please. Why can't we just force our way into the city? From what we understand, humans don't have magic anymore. Why can't we just move in and tell the humans to deal with it?
Because whether humans understand it or not, they're still far more powerful than we are. Just because they've forgotten their magic doesn't mean they don't have it. Worse than that, they're fearful and full of generations worth of stories and myths about us. None of them good. Kinda makes sense they'd see us as a threat. I mean, to them we must be like a nightmare come true. Of course, a bunch of frightened, determination-filled humans isn't my idea of a good time either.
The city's overrated anyway.
You think they will cause trouble? What can they do to us without powers of their magicians?
Numbers has a lot to do with it. We are a small handful of monsters in a world governed by man, and they know it. They are taking the initiative, trying to show they are the ones in control. That is why they have kept us out here in the forest. Why they have taken away all our weapons and armor. Even Papyrus' less than threatening battle body. They are establishing where they expect us to stand in relation to them, as under them and under their power.
Guys? You know, I was thinking, there's a whole lot of world out there. The humans in Ebot City obviously don't care for us, and living under them might be worse than living under a mountain. If they won't let us be free here, truly free, then why don't we just go somewhere where we can be? We're not living under a mountain anymore. We're not trapped. Those people don't own us. If we leave before Mr. Bad News comes back, we might get a chance at a happy ending after all.
You mean, run?
Well, I don't know about you, but I think there's been enough bloodshed and hate between us and them. If us being here prompts them to go back to their old ways, then it would be kind of foolish to stay. Like, tempting fate. A repeat of history.
Sans, that is not a bad suggestion. In fact, it may be our only solution. While still having its risks, if we could get away with it, it would solve all our current problems.
Not to mention, it'd be hilarious to leave the snobby humans into the dust.
If not for our sake, then for Frisk. I would do anything for that child. She risks everything for us. It only feels right that we should be willing to do the same.
And I know the others feel the same way. The kids made a lot of friends and saved a lot of lives. If saving her means leaving the city, I'm sure they'll be all for it.
Agreed. Then I suppose we had better decide this now. All in favor of leaving and making a life someplace else. Show of hands.
Absolutely.
Heck yeah!
Then it is decided. We leave tomorrow.
Great. I'll go tell Pap, Alphys, and the kiddo.
Oh yes, of course. Indeed. Thank you, Sans.
No problem. We got a skeleton done tonight. Now I'm bone tired. Night, guys.
Good night, dear. Please send Frisk to my tent when she has finished eating, alright?
You got it, Tori.
I'm dying. Spread the word that we will leave tomorrow by noon. We will head back over the mountain and down the other side away from the city.
Yes, sir.
A human physicist and mathematician once said that every action has an equal and opposite reaction. And while my faith in humanity has diminished over the years, I can't say that guy wasn't a genius. I've lived through countless resets, and if there's one law of nature I've seen proven, it's that one. Everything we say or do affects the course of time. Everything affects everything else, and there are no exceptions. But there's also only so far one can stray from the core thread of time. Minor changes can happen, maybe even a major change once in a while, but time always manages to move forward, altered and yet the same. So, what happened? This is new, sure. There have been timelines where the humans didn't exactly welcome us with open arms, but they've never not let us into the city before. They've never not given us a choice. So what happened? Was it something I did? Something the kid did? Something must have happened. Something I missed.
But I was not deterred. I continued my search throughout the heavy underbrush and was rewarded with finding both the human and my
Hey, guys.
brother.
Oh, hello, Sans. Would you like some soup? There's still some left.
Nah, thanks though, Alf. You know that stuff goes right through me.
Sans, no puns.
Well, if you're sure.
How's the research coming?
It's slow, really slow. I'm not really having much luck at it, to be able to tell you the truth. And it's kind of frustrating.
Huh? I did not know you were working on something scientific, Dr. Alphys. That's why you were not at the meeting tonight.
Well, yes.
She's working on a little problem that's come up, Pep. That's all. Nothing to worry about.
Sans, we kept it from them long enough. You deserve to know.
The human's strange behavior wasn't the only thing that was new, unfortunately. Fine. Yeah, go ahead.
Right, okay. Where do I start? Papyrus, remember how when we first arrived on the surface, we all felt a little dizzy?
Yes, of course. All of us except Frisk.
Exactly. That's because what has happened has only affected us monsters. You see, for hundreds of years, we have lived inside the magic barrier set in place by human magicians of old. And well, it's left some residual effects on some of us. The mountain had been full-on concentrated by human magic, and well, after so long, monsters began to take in some of it, some kind of environmental adaptation. It was such a small amount we never noticed. But when the barrier fell, so did that magic. Now that magic, which unknowingly to humans enabled us to survive those few for generations in the underground, it's gone. We're alright, but some destabilization has started to show in some of us. Weaknesses that wasn't there before. That's what first got my attention. Little symptoms in some of us that pointed to glitches in their biological and magical composition. When I started looking into it, I came up with the theory I just told you, of course. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. There's just so much evidence supporting it. Does that make any sense?
No.
I think what she's trying to say, bro, is that for generations, us monsters have been relying on a small boost of magic that wasn't ours. And now, with that extra magic gone, some health issues are popping up. Monsters aren't all that strong to begin with. Not in relation to humans, but now we're even less than we thought. Well, that's not a problem for most. For others, it is.
But I feel fine.
That's because the slight withdrawal of magic hasn't affected you much. And that's pretty much the norm. Within a month or so, there shouldn't even be a problem at all. Except for a few exceptions. The very old, the very young, and the weakest among us are all the most at risk. So Gerson and some of the littlest children are in the most danger. And then there's Sans.
What?
Whoa, guys, it's okay, I'm fine. It's just because I have such a low HP. It means I feel the absence of that extra magic a little bit more strongly than most.
It's okay, Papyrus. I've been monitoring all those who have been affected, including Sans. They'll be fine. I just had to come up with something to boost their magic back, up until their systems adapt to the surface. As long as they don't use their magic, the symptoms should stay minimal.
Oops.
You used your magic?
I might have used it once today.
Once?
Or twice.
Twice?
I just sorta, kind of, forgot.
Sans, how could you forget? I told you specifically not to. Out of everyone, you're the most at risk. We don't even know if your HP even reaches 1 anymore. It could be less. What if you get into a fight with a human or something?
Don't worry, not gonna happen. We're getting out of here tomorrow.
We are?
Yep, that's what all Fluffy Buns decided. We thought it might be a good idea to give the humans some space, you know? Just until they cool down a bit. In the meantime, we're gonna go find someplace safe and peaceful to live. See? No problem, which means we've got some packing to do. We're leaving tomorrow as soon as we can.
But Sans, you...
I'll be fine. Feeling a little tired is no big deal for me.
That is because you are always tired. Do the king and queen know about this? The sickness, I mean.
Yeah, they know. Well, most of it. There's still a lot we don't understand about it, and getting all worked up over things won't help. That's why we waited so long to tell you and the kid.
Well, I am glad you told me. Are you sure you are all right?
Yeah, I'm good, bro.
Yeah, I am not so sure I believe you, brother. But I will accept that answer for now. That being said, Sans, why don't you ever give me any warning about things, like us leaving?
Whoa, Bab, I just did.
Well, it wasn't warning enough. Packing is a precise and delicate process, and must be done with care. And we brought everything we've ever owned with us. Except the house.
You know, Pap, we could just throw everything into a bag or something.
No, we cannot.
Hey! Shh! Some of us are trying to sleep over here.
Sorry. I will go and start packing. But I expect help, brother.
I'll be right there, bro. Just gotta talk to the kid for a sec.
Fine. But don't be long. Good night, human Frisk.
I said we're trying to sleep.
I'm sorry.
See you later, Pap.
I better go back too. I've got lots of stuff. Science stuff. And some anime. A lot of anime. We're not done talking about this, Sans. You might be good at distracting Papyrus, but I've got this pressing in my mind constantly. Please try not to use your magic until I'm certain that doing so won't hurt you, alright?
You got it, Alpha.
Alright. Good night.
Night, Alphas. What's that look for, kiddo? Alright, I know I should have told you and Pap sooner. I'm sorry, okay? Fine. And I won't use my magic till Alphys clears me. Happy? Good. So, now, about what happened earlier. Whoa, easy there, bucko. Those are the only ribs I've got. Aw, kid, the waterworks again? Come on, whatever happened to all that determination of yours? You're never bothered by us monsters, but you act like you're actually scared of your own... people. Listen, whatever happened to you before you fell down into the ruins, it's in the past. We're going to protect you. No one's gonna hurt you on our watch, okay? You just gotta hold yourself together. Not that I blame you for, being on edge. I hate to admit it, but I sort of lost it back there for a minute. I thought he was really going to do it. Really take you away. I know living in an orphanage would be awful for you. And if you were unhappy, you might, you know, reset. And I just kinda couldn't let that happen.
No reset.
Yeah, I know, kid. You've told me that before, but it doesn't really mean anything anymore. I feel like this has all happened so many times. We all get to the surface and life actually feels like it might, you know, move on for once. But then something will always happen. It always happens. Regardless of hope, regardless of promises. I don't know how much longer I can take this. Okay, sorry. Sorry. That wasn't fair of me. Now who's the one falling apart, huh? Guess I need to follow my own advice. I just have to have hope and trust. Even if it goes against everything that's happened. I want to believe this is it. That everything's gonna be alright. It's just really hard. But I'm okay now. And I promise not to give up just yet. But that means you can't either. Something about this timeline seems so messed up and wrong. The humans acting so hostile, along with the surface sickness, it's so out of pattern with everything that's ever happened before. Which is going to stretch that promise to its limit, kid. And then there's
No!
You realize I could talk even with my mouth covered, right? Oh, no, don't give me that. You have to admit it's kinda weird. Literally hundreds of resets, hundreds of genocide runs, and we couldn't get rid of that demon. And then all at once she's gone, and by no doing of ours it just feels wrong. Like there's something coiled and ready to spring out at us. It doesn't make any sense. Hey, you look kinda tired. You done eating, kiddo? Alright then. I promised Tori I'd send you back to your tent when you finish, but I'll do better than that. I'll walk you there myself. Let's, keep it quiet about me crying like a baby bones, okay? Pap would never let me live it down. Love you too, Frisk. So maybe things are a little different this time round. Maybe I'm a little paranoid. But at least we're here. At least we have each other. I mean, the worst that could happen is a reset, right?